I know I'm late to this, but I only got up like, I don't know, 20 minutes ago. Final tally on the Lillard trade is we're getting DeAndre Ayton, Tumani Kamara, 3 first-round picks. We're getting a 2024 Golden State top 4 protected, which means that it's definitely translating to us. A 2029 Bucks and Celtics unprotected picks. And then, of course, the pick swaps alongside of Robert Williams and Malcolm Brogdon. Age-wise and potential-wise, I understand Rob. Yeah, he's injury prone. And on top of that, if you have DeAndre Ayton, what the like which one are you starting? Or are you moving DeAndre Ayton to power forward? Because there's no way in hell you start Robert Williams. I'm saying Robin Williams. Robert Williams at power forward. He does not have that skill set. So you'd have to try to play DeAndre Ayton at power forward, but as athletic as he is, he's not good enough or fast enough, I should say, to be able to play that position, I feel like either. But you pretty much have to start them both. It doesn't make any goddamn sense to put either of them off the bench. You're just gonna immediately upset DeAndre if you do that. And plus he's too good for that. And then on top of that, Rob Williams is a defensive specialist. Like you only start defensive specialists, especially ones that are proven and really good, which Rob Williams is. You only ever start them. You cannot ever bring them off the bench because it just makes no sense, which is why it didn't make any sense to re-sign Matisse. But beyond that, Malcolm Brogdon, I think, is 31 now. So he doesn't fit our timeline either. I can sort of see it, I guess. If he has 1 year left on his contract, then maybe they're going to bring him in for a year mentorship. I don't know, but and maybe experimentation at like small forward because he is 6'5". But he's also no longer a healthy player. Like he's consistently injury prone. So that's a really weird one. Like it's a great haul. It really is a fantastic haul, and it is a haul at that. But I don't entirely get it. Like that's what I already have said is the only way I can grasp it, and even then it doesn't really click. That said, we still also have JG. Jeremiah Grant is a big problem. I've said it relentlessly. He was a suicide move by the Portland Trailblazers to resign him at all. 150 million over 5 years. I mean, you hurt the hell out of yourself when it comes down to find any real value out of that. Like there's going to be very few teams as good as he is and can be. There's going to be very few teams that are going to want to take on that contract. That's just a fact. And again, I feel like this is a win for everybody except for Malcolm Brogdon, Robert Williams. I feel like this hurts them a little bit because what the fuck do you do with them? But it's great for everybody else involved, like every single other player. It's great for Nurk. It's great for. I actually believe it's sincerely great for Nas because Nas is gonna thrive off the bench for sure as a spark plug for Phoenix. He's gonna thrive in that position. And Dame, obviously, there's no fucking way that dude's ever gonna complain about being with Giannis in Milwaukee. That's just not happening. At least not this season. Jrue Holiday is like this is a perfect position for him and a perfect situation for him to be there in Boston. And in fact, I actually think that Boston really helped themselves a lot with this one because he has the championship experience, he has the playoff experience, he still has the great quality skill set on both sides of the ball. Like he's exactly what they were looking for. And in fact, I think if I recall correctly, they were originally even though it was a pipe dream, they were really looking for Jrue Holiday the time that they decided to finally settle for Malcolm Brogdon. Like Malcolm Brogdon is basically the poor version of Jrue Holiday. So Boston, they're looking pretty good. The thing is that they did get rid of Rob Williams and he was their anchor inside. So now you have an offensive guy instead of a defensive guy internally, and you're asking this guy to return back to his defensive abilities that he showcased in his rookie season and not just use his fucking 7'3", 7'4" height and wingspan to match to block shots. Like, he's actually going to be properly a good rim protector. I don't know how well he'd pull that off, but I still think that Boston still comes out of this decently. Because it's a big change, but they may very well have needed this exact shift. Philly is in a hilarious position because of, because of the fact that they're pretty damned and screwed. Um, like, they were hoping to get in and bring Jrue back, which I think was like that would have been the most wild timeline, as Jrue Holiday returns back to Philly, where he started his career. That would have been kind of cool to see. It would have also sucked because, I mean, I feel like they're pretty much staring down a rebuild themselves, but they're desperately trying to avoid it. That might seem too soon to most people, but I'm not gonna fucking take that back. I know I'm right about that. They're staring that. Yeah, as a Blazers fan, I know what that shit looks like. Also, the history of the Sixers. The Sixers fans should know what they're looking down. They're staring down the barrel of a shotgun. Like, they're basically like, no, 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 this is fine. The safety's off. My finger's on the trigger, and I have seizure disorders that I'm about to start shaking. But it's fine. We'll do okay. We're not near a rebuild. Yeah, and then obviously with JG, he kind of screws us, but it's guaranteed there's still going to be teams that are going to be willing to take him on. It's just his value is plummeted because of the contract. Like, doesn't matter he had a career year, that's just not gonna, that contract's gonna really hurt everything when it comes down to that. But I already know that we're looking to trade him as soon as we can. Because we re-signed him, there's obviously that restriction to where there's a certain date we have to wait till until he's available to trade legally. So we're basically gonna probably be surveying the water, trying to find or at least entice some teams to be able to look into trading him once that time comes. And I think if I recall correctly, it's December 15th, I think, is when officially can be traded. So hopefully that'll really turn out well for us. That said, this is freaking hilarious. Miami said, best I can do is Tyler Hero. Nobody fucking wanted Tyler. That dude is so painfully overrated. I hate his attitude mentality too. Merriam-Webster definition of Hall. Oh man. And everybody's just saying basically that Miami absolutely clowned themselves and Portland pulled off a W. It's super funny. I don't think that genuinely this is like that high level of a freaking haul by Joe Cronin, but it is infinitely better than I ever expected somebody of his incompetency to pull off. In fact, this is something beyond what I'd ever expect, especially considering before he was even hired and before Neil O'Shea was officially let go. Like, before the controversy came out, actually, I said, this dude is gonna be hired because that's the way this team runs. He's going to be hired. He's a protege of this dude. He's going to be not only competent, he's going to have a certain egotism to him, acting like he's a high-level executive when he actually fucking sucks at his job. And he's never going to pull off anything that he needs to be able to pull off. And in this case, I hate admitting it, but I have to say I was so far a little wrong. Wasn't extremely or completely wrong, but I was a little bit wrong. I still need to see a lot more proof that he's actually not going to continue to do stupid bullshit, because I still don't trust him. But this is huge. The real kicker and the real challenge is going to be getting rid of JG and seeing what he can pull off for that. If he can pull off a surprisingly damn good haul for that, then we're really cooking, and then I'm gonna regrettably have to give him a lot of credit and be like, okay, maybe he's finally heard the shit talk and he's finally let it sink in and like, okay, I'm gonna stop playing Pokemon Go half my days walking around fucking Tualatin. That's all I have to say on this topic. It's just overall, this is a really good haul. It really is. But there is a lot of big question marks, specifically again around the center spot, and what do we do with Malcolm Brogdon? Why did we bring him on? But as a Blazers fan, I'm very proud of this, and I really like what I'm seeing. I really do. And let's see what the heck Tumani Kamara is all about, because I have no freaking clue what the hell, who the hell he even is. Apparently he's Brazilian, which by that name makes sense, and apparently he went to Mizzou. Outside of that, I couldn't tell you. So I'm kind of excited to hope to see that he can show me who he is and show me what he's capable of, because I've always loved being proved wrong as a fan. Like, when I shit talk players, it's because I really would hope that it would motivate them to be like, okay, fuck you, dude. I'm gonna fucking ball out. And it's like, that's what I want to see. So in this case, it's sort of like a form of that. I want to see who the hell this dude is and what he can really do. But that's it.